What is going on, everybody? So today I want to actually look at a lot of eBay auctions that have ended, or just buy it nows that have ended as well, over the past week. The reason I want to do this is because I think it would just be a fun switch up from what we talk about a lot going on TCG Player and just looking at box prices. And if you guys are curious, these boxes are continuing to slowly climb. PRBO1 is now into the 280s fairly consistently. Awakening the New Era is at about $260 right now, and then Emperors in the New World OPO9 is still sitting around that 185 range. You have some sales a little lower, some sales a little higher. It's balancing out. But there's a ton of money that moves around in one piece. And this is where a lot of people come to my channel. They don't fully understand that the investing side of this hobby is still relevant. And I understand as well. I come from an investing perspective and mindset. So my understanding that TCG is going to be limited, but it's very clear if you just go on eBay and you look at the sales for a lot of these cards, these aren't people playing the TCG buying these. These are people that enjoy the anime, they enjoy the manga, they enjoy whatever One Piece is, or maybe they're just card collectors and they enjoy the artwork. Whatever it is, there is a reason for them collecting it, not tied to the TCG. And this is the goal for us investors, and also for people that enjoy playing the game. You want to see the collectible side of the hobby grow, because if there is no collectible side, chances are Bandai is not going to put a lot of effort into their game, and then the game is ultimately going to die. So whatever perspective you see it from, you want to see the collecting side succeed. So to start this off, we'll look at a couple things. This is the first one I wanted to bring up just because this is a newer card. This is the Japanese Luffy reprint from OPO5 in OP11. And this is, I believe, the gold background. So this is going to be the rarest one. Sold for $2,200 USD. And this happened April 19th, so a little over a week ago. And you can see based on this listing up here, maybe it's a tiny bit high, but we should keep an eye on this card just over the next couple months until OP11 releases in English. Because it is going to be a very big card this year. So the next thing I want to look at are a couple sealed products, and I want to pose a question to you guys watching, because I saw this case, a PRB01 booster boxes sell for $2,650, and there were a couple other cases that sold this week in that like $2,350, $2,400 range, and again, that's before shipping and tax. But I saw that this has clear tape, and I was curious because I've seen cases of PRB01 with green tape, and I want your guys' opinion, or if you know for a fact what it is. I'm guessing that the green tape are the for Asia boxes, or like if there's green tape, it might be for Japanese, but if it's green, it would be the for Asia ones. If you guys know for sure, let me know in the comments down below, because it seems like all the ones I've seen in North America are the clear tape, but if you know for sure, let me know in the comments. Either way, PRB01 cases moving up there, selling for around $270 a box. It makes sense. They're now in that range. Romance Dawn, we had a booster box sell, blue bottom, $1,700, but you did also have a lot of sales in the like $1,200 range, the $1,300 range. I think there was even a box that sold for $1,000 again, so it has retraced a little bit, I think, on average. Next up, we're going to look at a lot of cards, and I think this is interesting as well. First up, the Gold Roger. This happened April 25th, so a couple days ago. PSA 10 sold for $4,350. And again, guys, if you don't believe that there's a collecting side to this hobby, look no further than a card selling for $4,350 USD in a PSA 10. And again, One Piece is not Pokemon. It doesn't have to be Pokemon. But the fact that there is a collecting side, we need to acknowledge that. And we really do want to see it grow. So it is nice to see these cards selling fairly consistently as well. Like if you guys are just doubtful about the collecting side of the hobby, go on eBay and just look at solds for One Piece. I mean, all of these happened within a week, right? And this is, there's probably a lot more than this as well. I put a cap, a minimum, I think, of like $500 at what I was looking at. This was worldwide, so not just North America, but there are tons and tons of sales of high-end cards. There's cards selling for over $10,000, some of the promos and stuff too. So if you're curious, I just recommend going and checking it out. But the Gold Roger, the PSA 10 sold for $4,350. Then we had a BGS 10 Pristine sell for $5,500. So you can already see there's quite a difference between PSA and BGS. I don't know if this sale was just high, but I do think a black label, there is clearly going to be a difference between that and the PSA 10. Either way, a couple good sales on that card. We had a lot of Luffy's sell as well. So this was a raw OPO5 card, the stamped one from Ichiro Oda, sold for almost $1,500. Again, that's before shipping and tax. We had a lot of these Luffy sell from OPO5. I think this is the one from OPO5. Sold for $4,500 USD. That is a massive sale in a PSA 10. Kind of seems a bit high based on some other sales here. But this is the PRBO1 variant that also sold in a PSA 10, $1,950. And this happened today, actually. That happened today, earlier this afternoon. Next up, we had a BGS 10 pristine, not black label. This one sold for $2,550, and this I believe is the PRBO one as well, so not the original from OPO5 there. And then we have a couple other characters that do sell. The Chopper from EBO1, who would have thought that this is actually a collectible card, sold for $1,200. Chopper actually, there was a lot of sales for Chopper PSA 10s, which was surprising to me, but he shows up a decent amount. $1,200 there. Nami, there was also a lot of Nami cards that sold. This is the pre-errata card from OPO1, sold for $1,350 in a PSA 10. You also had this Chinese card, which I thought was very interesting. Limited alt from the first edition or first anniversary set. Yeah, very interesting card. I imagine this is quite rare. Sold for $4,500 USD. And that happened a week ago, a little over a week ago, April 18th. And then the final card I wanted to show was another Nami. This is a BGS black label that sold for $750. This is from the English first anniversary set. So this card isn't super rare. I mean, black label and it's only selling for $750. Not terrible, but also just like not super, super expensive. I think part of what affects the value of this card is it's probably just not everyone's favorite art style. But that's basically going to be the end of the video, guys. Hopefully you learned something new. You haven't seen all of these listings yet. I know some of you guys do actually go on eBay and watch the auctions and the buy it now sold. So hopefully there was something that you could get out of this video in terms of value. There will not be a video tomorrow. There's an election happening in Canada. I'm actually working the election. So if you guys are Canadian, go out and vote. But we'll get back to regular scheduled programming starting on Tuesday. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.